Good morning, YouTube family. How are we doing today on this beautiful Saturday morning? All right, today on my channel, I'm coming up. I'm finally made time, cleared my schedule, and I am going to get caught up on all my videos. So you're going to see a bunch of them coming through. So what we're going to start with right now, this moment, is some of the Ryobi stuff that I have, not say accumulated, but purchased over time. And right now they just came out with the new portable pocket flip fan. We're gonna get to that because they've been doing some big stuff with their, or going, a lot of people, the USB platform. All right, so I saw the previews for the headlight and the pocket fan. We knew because they didn't have a headlamp. And the reason why I'm doing this one is prior to, like I said, my channel, I purchase everything to give you my honest opinion. They got videos on this stuff, but I'm just giving my point of view of some of the things that I noticed by using this stuff at work. Because a lot of this stuff I use at work. And to give a short reason why I choose Ryobi, it's not because I'm trying to get sponsored by them. It's because the fact I used to work in the tool supply industry, like Diamond Tools, Marco Supply Company. I work for a company called Marco Supply. And we dealt with Granger, Diamond Tools. And the one thing about working in that industry, that the fact that you need to know your customer, what tool goes to what customer. Believe it or not, just not looking on a piece of paper. I could look at the name brand of the tool on my route. Even if I didn't have my paper, I could tell who that was going to, because who used that tool. These tools are designed to a trade. They designed to a trade, like Porter Cable, DeWalt. DeWalt was, mainly to carpenters. Makita was more like sheet metal workers, because I delivered a lot of Makita to sheet metal workers. And, Milwaukee back then this was like years ago, like 25 years ago, when all these companies were out, Rigid, all of them. Rigid I always knew that was going to electricians and plumbers. All these companies have a base that they cater to. So enough of that rant. Ryobi was designed to the homeowner. Everything, but they also started over the time transitioning to all walks of profession, which, I like the factor. Okay, so getting into some of these things, especially let's start with the headlamp. So I was excited to see that they had a headlamp finally coming out for the USB. Okay. This thing is, not heavy on your head, comfortable, but here is a con. I don't know how can I put this, is that you can get this, because if you're on, like me, myself, I have a whole lot of their USB stuff. I have to say no for this. If you are actually looking for a headlamp, they promote it as a trail lamp. Nope, I would not take this on the trail, because this little husky light right here with the spot. And if you are a hiker, if you know anything about hiking and working in the middle of the woods, you know that your spot is very important. The spot on this little husky is more brighter than the one on this. This one doesn't even come close to this one. This spot on here is I see people showing it in their house. Of course, with that short range, it looks bright, but if you take it outside, you go on a trail, you're not gonna be able to see past, I would say, 20 feet. This thing just fades into darkness. Now, the floodlight, as a working floodlight, is very bright. It's very bright. But Ryobi, we need a brighter spot on this thing. We really do. If I have to say, if you're looking for a trail work light / trail light that's going to give you, I'm sorry to say, you have the Milwaukee headlamp. I forgot which model. I have it around here somewhere. the spot is way brighter than this. The spot is like damn near like a spotlight. You can see far with this. This is basically a close range work light. That's it. Would not take this on a trail if they promote a trail, but like say and the spot is for looking around your feet, around your area where you at. That's what this is good for. The spot is good for, like if you drop a nail or something. But actually walking out into a field to see what you see, to see far distance in the field, no, because I had woods behind my house. I tried it out, not happening. But the floodlight on this, if you're walking into a area and you need to see a wide range area, the flood on this thing is very bright. So it's just a basic headlamp to work in your area. So there you go for that. All right, now let's get to this one. Now again, I'm gonna give it the pro and the con. Make it very simple. This is a trail light. This thing is super bright. This thing is like having, this is their, well, where are my spectacles at? Sorry about that. I gotta get my extra pair of eyes so I can tell you what model this is. This is the FV, I scratched it up, but I think it's an FEL 45 model. This thing is basically a spotlight in your hand. This thing can see a far away, and it will light up a very big area. So if you on a trail, and they do promote this as a trail light, you can take this on the trail. This is definitely this thing is very bright. I mean, you can see far away with this thing. It comes with the 3 modes, the low modes, medium mode. Now, the con. This laser pointer, for whatever somebody need the reason laser pointer, but Ryobi, I would prefer for you to change this to a matte light instead of a laser pointer. Not too many people got a use for a laser pointer, especially if we're on the trail. Laser pointer, no. But, or even if you want to read paper or maps in the dark. So, I would say if you want to leave this on here, if it's some way that you can turn this, make it where you can actually make some way to make a map reader light in it, this thing will be superb. So, but I will not give this a thumbs down. I will give it a thumbs up, and I will say this is a very worth your money item to buy because you will not be disappointed. This is like one of the best, I can say, work all-purpose lights, because you do get like everything you need out of this when it comes down to the light system, because I have other lights that I use at work. Because Ryobi is pretty much, they do make things and to what I do in my work industry, and it helps me out tremendously. Like this swivel light right here that they have on a USB. This thing is super duper bright, and I love the fact that you can put it on there and adjust it. And I'll put this thing on my work vehicle when they send me into very dark places that absolutely have no light at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I need to get down in there. I don't want to run or hit into anything. So the reason why I brought these lights, we had that happen with a worker. Pretty much caused over $25,000 damage to the work vehicle. So I said, how can I not let that happen to me? And I went looking, and I found, and I'm telling you, these things have saved me many a nights in 3 o'clock. And when I say it will light up the whole area around your work. This thing right here is awesome. This right here is still awesome. And I just use this one around the house or when I go camping. Actually, I use all this stuff when I go camping. Light up my camp area. Now, we're going to talk about, and there's videos on that. I saw about 2 or 3 videos on about their 3-port USB portable charger. You can use this as a charger. Put your batteries in it, charge it. You can use the batteries in here. And I set mine up where I put the charging ones in there, so I can use it either individual battery or use the whole pack. Alrighty. So someone did say this thing takes forever to charge, which it does. You need to charge this the day before you're going to use this, or you need to charge it that morning if you're going to use it that evening. It takes a long time for this thing to charge. And after using different chargers to see if I can get a better or faster charge, and this is their, let me see what's the model number. Where my spectacles at again? Come here. Let's see the model number here on the back. This is the FVCH03 portable charger for your USBs. So, what have I learned with this? It's not a bad thing to have. Is it overpriced? Yes, very much overpriced for what it does. Very much overpriced. But what I have learned is the best way to use this thing to charge, to get a better charge out of this, is to use their Ryobi block. For some reason, whatever reason, but hey, it's Ryobi on Ryobi. The handshake between this and this works better. I have noticed that I get a quicker charge, from this block to this to charge them faster. I have definitely seen a difference from plugging into any other block or into a wall outlet. So I would say, yeah. And I mean, with my phone, I do know that this block does put out around about almost 2,025 milliamps. Puts out very, fast charge. Does pretty good. All right. So, of course, I have a lot of stuff about the lights and this. Okay, let's get to this fan. Now, the fan is okay. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. Supposed to, keep you cool in a jiffy. Pop it in your pocket. It has a lanyard holder on it. And so my thing about it is, it's foldable. And like you say, you put the cell phone, one of the charging batteries in it for your cell phone. You charge your cell phone, use the fan. I would say it's a nifty thing to have. I didn't see no con, because it just is what it is with this. So if you, again, like me, who has a whole bunch, it's just like something that you just say to yourself, I'm already there when I buy it. Put it in with the rest of it. It's just that. And so, you're going to do that because you already got the batteries and, you come with the battery. And like everybody already knows with Ryobi, when you buy the tools, you get a battery. It's the best way to get a battery and get a free tool, because these tools by themselves, you can pretty much tell by the price. You're not paying hardly nothing for this. You're paying for the battery. So why not do it and get yourself some extra batteries? And on the same, get yourself a tool. You win-win, no matter what. Now, this bad boy right here, got this for Father's Day this year as a gift. I got some other stuff coming up. And you can see here, I have quite a few fans. I just brought this one. This is their Ryobi fan with this mist spray on it. You put the cold water in right here. You put your cold water in here. And then here's your two buttons right here back to turn it on and off. And you get that cold mist spray. So what is kind of the pros and cons? Okay, with this, they'll show you put the mist on, you get the cool mist. By me using this, I use this at work, So sometimes I'm sitting in the truck and I just don't want all that cold air. I just want a cool breeze. I'll turn this on. I'll have this and somewhere else in the truck, which I did something cool with this. I'll tell you about that. So, pros on high, it will put out a lot of air, but it won't last long. Same thing like pretty much with this one, but this will last longer on high than this one. Bigger motor, bigger fan, of course, burn more power. But when you put it on low, it'll run for a very long time. Now, when you turn the mister on with the fan, it will deplete the battery real quick. If you got it on high, it's not going to last long. You probably get about a good 30 minutes out this thing before you be changing the battery. All right, how to get a long run time? Put the fan in low. You put the fan in low, but if you outside, it's a hot day, and you want to get that coolness, no, this is not gonna do it. It's just, this is, if you are at like in a let's say at a table gathering, like at a cookout under shade, this will work. And then on to get the cool mist, it has to be about this far right here, about this far from you to get that cool misting feeling. It can't be far away. And then plus if you go out, be outside, it's going to be on low. So you want to be right up on it. I'm sorry to tell you, you could be, if you're only going to be there for about 20 minutes at this event, okay, boom, put the ice water in it, put it on high, 20 minutes, you good and you out. Anything past that, the battery's going to die. So low with the mist, fine. So you have to know that balance of what you want. If you put it on without the mister and just have it on high, you'll get like an hour. I would say about an hour runtime on high, get you maybe 45 minutes. I don't want to exaggerate on it because this thing zaps a lot of battery. And so, but if you put it on low with the mist, you'll get a good amount of time out of it. But it's not going to do you no good. My personal opinion, about a person working outside in the heat, if you in direct heat or sunlight, this thing, you had to have it like this. And you still have to put it on low to get, but again, the only way you're going to get the full effect, cool, you're only going to get 20 minutes out this thing before the battery dies. So there you have it with their Ryobi clip-on fan mist sprayer. Would I say nay? Nah. At first, I was on the fence about it, but after a while using it again, hey, I need batteries, so I got two. And plus, I got the 40 volt one, which is pretty awesome because you have your fast charger on the side. So not only is it a fan, it's also a charger. So when you clip this onto your 40 volt battery, you can use the fan, and this thing puts out a lot of air. So this is definitely a good shop, fan, room fan, whatever you want to use it for. This is a good fan to cool a room or area. I ain't talking about like super duper cool, but if you need something like you in your workshop, you're in your office, if you just want a cool down, here you go. Way stronger than this one. This is a 2-speed. This is a 3-speed. This is not bad. I had this for a long time. This was my very first Ryobi fan, besides the big one I had behind me on the floor. This bad boy right here. I noticed it just came out this year. I had to get it. Ask me what I want for Father's Day, and I'm gonna tell you, I was just about to buy a rechargeable oscillating fan off of Temu. I buy off of Temu, and I saw this just before I made that decision. And this fan puts out a lot of air, a whole lot of air. And the oscillation is awesome because it has high and then it has like a turbo mode. Yeah, you can take it from low to high, and then if you want more air, put it in turbo mode. And I'm telling you, awesome. And you can hang this somewhere. And yes, this is one of their hybrid ones, so it runs off of battery and power, off the wall power, cord power. Okay, there is no cons, just simple physics, science, common sense. This thing is super, it draws a lot of power. So using it just a standard way, on medium, low or medium, in an area that's all you need, off a battery, it will run for hours. And it puts out a good amount of air. No matter what it's on, it just gives you what you're looking for, as keep you cool. But if you put this thing in turbo with that battery, you're going to get a good 45 minutes. And that's it. Because this thing will suck that battery dry in about 45 minutes, if not less, because this thing put out some air. It put out some power. I would definitely say this is a plus. And like I said, if you take it out somewhere, like you're going to take it out to an event, you're going to take it to a gathering, just put the battery in, or you can buy like the 8-hour battery or like that massive 12-hour battery one they got. And I would say take it out to an event. And those in between low and medium, you'll be fine. Be fine for the whole event. You get plenty of air, cool, set, fine. You know, I got the 4-hour batteries. Hey, that's what it is. I mean, I am going to get some bigger Ryobi batteries for these fans. I have quite a few of these fans, so it takes the 18-volt battery, and I really need to get some bigger ones for longer run time. I mean, pretty much the way that I run them, I get for what I need. But if you're going to be somewhere out all day or for the weekend, yeah, get the bigger batteries. And especially if medium, low or medium, just not going to cut it, and you want to go into high, at least you know you got that power. You know, but if you got some way to plug it in, hey, plug it in. So on top of that, I have this right here, a desk fan, because my wife was complaining and she brought one. She didn't care for her, so I brought one to give her and I want to test it out. But she said when she got her work fan to work, it actually did different than in the house. It worked better in her little cubicle. So I brought this one. It's called Kimmo, whatever it is, Kimmo. Okay, so this little doohickey right here, it's not Ryobi, but I just happened to purchase it, which I like the kind of design on it. Puts out a good amount of air. Let's see, you know, you got your display right here, so you push your button right here, and there's your display, and it goes all the way up to 100, if you can see that. And here's your battery indicator right there. I paid $20 for this off of Amazon. And on top of that, you can actually charge this and run it. So if you got this on your desk, by your bed, this thing could be charging. And when it's fully charged, it can run off. It can run off of being plugged into the wall while it's fully charged. So, you know, sometimes they tell you don't do that because you'll burn the battery out. Well, this has the way where the technology where you can charge it. Once it's fully charged, the charging will stop so it won't burn the battery out. And then it will switch over to its power, just regular wall power, and run. And I have ran it for a whole entire weekend. Battery's fine. So then when you want to disconnect, it'll take you. So, I mean, I would definitely say puts out a nice good amount of air. So you could take this on the go with you wherever you want to go. So when I go on my trips, wherever, and I already did a review on this a while ago, which is still one of my nicest fans that I like. You know, put it by the bedside, but you know, this is a belt fan. You know, you put on your belt, blow up your shirt, air, and you get a good amount of run time out of it. So these will be like my travel fans. When I go traveling, I will be taking this one, and definitely my Ryobi Pocket one will be my travel fan. Because this bad boy puts out a good, let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. While we got it out, I got a battery right here. We'll turn this bad boy on. All right. Now, all you got to do is be mindful to keep your fingers away from the blade. Because when you hit it, we're going to put it on high. And that green light. And it has a safety feature. You hit it, it just cuts off. That's all. Which is a neat thing. It won't mess the blades up. It won't mess the motor up. It will automatically just stop. And you just turn it back on. Let me see. That's low. Let's see. Turn on high. Okay. Oh, just dropped my fan there. Sorry about that, y'all. But I can say for about right here. But if you got that bad boy right here, yeah, it'll keep you cool. This bad boy will work for you in a jiffy. So, yep, that's the little Ryobi Pocket fan. Just fold it, clip in the pocket. Let's go. All righty. So next up, I'm going to bring up some other things I have gotten. I did a review on my refrigerator, my backpack refrigerator, which I love that thing. Now I'm going to do something on my lunchbox. I did one on my previous lunchbox, the older model. So I'm going to show you what I did from the old model to the new model in the next video. All right. I'll see y'all in a few with that video.